tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away.
That's why in the translation in the blue letter, they say that the term habal, able, means breath. They are somewhat right, but really the word means transitory. All right? Because the word breath is transitory. In other words, you breathe out. If it's real cold outside, you breathe out. You see that cloud, which what looks like a cloud because of cold weather. The warmth of your breath hitting the cold air turns it into a vapor, and you can actually see the vapor. So, and it disappears. You see it for maybe a couple of seconds, then it disappears. So now, what the elder said a few minutes ago, he basically said that the name Abel and the name Cain were omen nomens, name signs. So it was a spirit that got on Adam and his wife for Adam to name his son who he named him, because it was set up in the spirit that he wasn't going to have a long life. He's going to be here for a short time, and then he's going to go. Just like a bus, you wait at the bus stop. The bus stops, gets the customers, and moves on. It doesn't stand there and wait for, well, let me wait here and see if Joe is coming. Because if you miss the bus, you got to wait for the next bus. That's where you get the word transit from. All right? So that's what the word Abel, Habal means. It means transitory or breath. Go ahead.
It says, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. For that you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. But now you rejoice in your boasting. All such rejoicing is evil. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
That's right. Now let's go back to where we left off in Genesis.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
But now this is how we know that, well, as we know, reincarnation is in the scriptures. So this is how we know that Cain and Abel came back as Jacob and Esau. All right? Now, when Cain and Abel were born in the earth, they were both dark-skinned. They looked like their parents. Now, after Cain did what he did, and then he lied on it, that's how we know that this is Esau. That's how we know that this is the so-called white man. That's how we know that this man is a devil. All right? That's why in Revelation, the 20th chapter, the first couple of verses, it refers to that old serpent. That old serpent goes back to Cain, which goes back to the serpent in the garden, which that was Esau too. That was a man, but he had dark skin. But the spirit that was in him was the spirit of Esau, the spirit of the seed of the spiritual demon Satan. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 58 verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wise.
Yeah, we go out there and we charm them with the truth, but they don't listen to this truth. Go ahead.
Break their teeth, O Most High, in their mouth, and break out the great teeth of the young lion.
And that's what's getting ready to happen. And part of the reason why it's getting ready to happen, because we're going to go into this a little later, Isaiah the 14th chapter, and we're going to pull out some root words out of that. The reason why Esau is over there in Iraq and getting ready to go into Iran, he's in there in Libya. It's not the rebels that decided to wake up and take down Gaddafi. It was the U.S. that backed them up, sent them the weapons, sent them the money. They about a week ago they were talking about sending them 125, was it $1 million, and that's going to turn into billions. They just set these rebels up, so to speak, because the CIA goes in there. What the CIA does is they infiltrate different nations, their military, their government, and then they find out who's ready to make a deal. They throw them some money, they take care of their family, and they're ready to do anything the CIA says. Now, just the other day, they had they have a new CIA head, which is Robert Gates, which he was the head of the military. Now he's going to be the head of the CIA because Panetta, he's leaving. So Gates is going to be I believe, the head of the CIA. And then, I'm not the CIA, it's the CIA? Right, the CIA. And then Petraeus is going to take his seat as Secretary of Defense. Then they said a couple of days ago that now the CIA and the military are merged into one. The CIA is a branch of the military now, which they always been a branch of the military, man. They're the ones that go in covertly and find out how weak or how strong a nation is. Then they let the military know, and then the military comes in and destroys that place. That's how they know to bring 10,000 troops, 100,000 troops, missiles. Go ahead.
Their intelligence. It says, "Oh Lord, let them melt away."
In the scriptures, they called it, the CIA in the scriptures would be referred to spies, spying out the land. Did not Israel spy out the land of Canaan to find out how strong they were? Go ahead.
It says, "Let them melt away as waters which run continually, when he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows."
That's the missiles. So they're going to melt. They're going to melt from the radiation. Go ahead.
"Let them be as cut in pieces, as a snail which melteth. Let every one of them pass away like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. Before your pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked."
Yeah, now it spoke about the righteous, and then it spoke about the wicked. We're going to read that again. The righteous and the wicked. Now you got idiots out there that say, well, you got wicked Israelites and you got righteous white people. So you mean to tell me in our kingdom we're going to have a rainbow coalition in our kingdom? That's why you got to stay away from these guys. The ones of you that stay with them, go and stay with them, man, and die with them too. Now we just found out some information. Well, we call these guys the macaroni and cheese Israelites. Now Bun Lawyer cursed them the hell out. Them niggas, they look grimy, man. They look grimy. They look like a bunch of grimy niggas that put on Israelite garments. And, you know, I don't know for sure if that was a rumor, but you know what? You can look at them and tell they had macaroni and cheese and barbecue chicken and fried chicken and they probably had ham hocks, man. Go ahead.
The righteous shall rejoice.
See, you brothers that's thinking twice about GMS, you better thank the Most High. The Most High set up GMS, man. Because we're the only ones teaching the truth, man. You guys bitching and bucking up against what we're saying and us being the men of the Lord's going to get rid of you.